So today we're going to paint a lavender field. It's going to be so pretty. And I just have some paints on there. Make sure you just have your primary colors, but I added a couple of little extra. So I got some titanium white here, and I got just a regular white here. Titanium white is going to be more expensive, so I try to use it just for highlights. I got my lemon yellow light, and I have ultramarine blue, and I have a red, I think that's a crimson red, and a sap green, and a lighter green light. And I have burnt sienna and burnt umber, so you don't have to have all those, as long as you got red, yellow, and blue, and maybe black and white, you know, in case you want to darken and lighten your paints. But I have those. You don't have to have those exact colors, right? But have something on your palette that you can work with. So I got a request for Lavender Field or lavender flowers, or you know, so I thought I would do a nice sky, and lavender and yellow will go nice together. So some yellows and lavenders, greens, and a little house. Some people like to draw out what they're going to do, you know. I can throw in a little house here, and some trees here, and a sky here. There's really not much to draw out, you know. You just know where your house is going to go and your trees. I like to kind of do my sky first, you know, anything that's above my horizon line, I like to get that done and then work below my horizon line after. So that's the way you see a lot of my videos. I find it much easier, and it's more fun, and it encourages you to keep moving on. So I'm just going to mix up a little bit of purplish color for the top part, and just to get it started, we'll have a nice top, because I want to go with yellows, no red, just yellow. Okay, so I'm going to do that. I'm going to mist it. I'm going to mist it with my magic mist, and I have a link below on how to make your own magic mist, but you can use water. So I'm just going to use my magic mist because it'll help me blend nicely, and it will help have to see. I couldn't get that to move, but you watch. See how much nicer it is to move. See, and you don't have to use as much paint. So that's why I like using my magic recipe, so I can add it to my paints and add it to my canvas, so I can get my paint to move better, and I don't have to use as much paint then. And it makes a silky and smooth feeling on your canvas. Now, there we go. So put more on there. Yeah, and the canvas now starts to behave like oils. You'll find that your paint starts to become smoother. Your canvas becomes silkier, softer, shiny, really nice. You'll have to try it. I think you'll really like it. So I'm just going to keep adding a little bit more of that. I don't want to come down too far. I want most of the sky to be yellows. Alright, see, I can get lots of area painted with. See? And I like the fact that some of that white is coming through, okay? So you can add a bit of white to your purplish color, and that will give you some of these nice purples and some different values of your purples. See? See? So just make sure, even if you don't want to mix it totally, that way you'll get more of a separation of colors and give you kind of a cloudy effect without having to worry about it. Nice. See, it's pretty already. If you want a little more in here, you can certainly do that. Just go back and forth, long strokes, long strokes. See? Pretty? I want to start with some yellow already. So I'm going to clean my brush because I don't want it to turn green. So I'm just going to go in with some yellow. See? And I'm going to put that here. There we go. Now if you get a little bit of green, that's okay. The sky's got all kinds of different colors in them. You can add a bit of white to your yellow as you come down to brighten it up. It's making a bit of a noise there, isn't it? I don't know why it's doing that. I'm going to mist it again. Magic mist. Alright. Now if you don't have, like I said, you don't have to have magic mist, but you can certainly just use water. Gives a nice smooth blend. Pretty. Add more white. Into that blue a little bit. So I want to get a little bit of that yellow into that blue. See there? It's not turning green even. It's staying. It's really nice. I'm just getting some white down there and letting some of that white come through. Working on, so you're working on it, right? You're working on it. This doesn't mean it's going to be done all in one stroke. But you're working on it. You're trying to decide where you want your yellows and where you want your purples and where you want your colors, what way you want to mix and match, right? So you're working on it, okay? We're working on the sky. Right. And when you're working on it, it could take a half an hour just to do the sky, or maybe a couple hours, depending on what you want. Nice. Nice. I'm going to sneak in. I got a little bit of blue. I put some blue on there with white. Let's sneak a little bit in here just to say that. Sneak it in. See? The more you layer your paints, the nicer it is. You know, instead of just a flat yellow. Maybe the darker blue sky is coming through, you know, the sunset, if it's a sunset. Nice. Play around some white. We're working on our painting, working on our sky. We're not doing anything, we're not changing anything, we're working on it, okay? So when you're playing around with your paints and your skies and everything, you're working on it, you know. Okay, we'll leave it like that for now, and if we need to do any more, we will come back to it. So I'm going to take a small, flat, chiseled edge brush, synthetic, so that I can draw out my house. Now you can do it with chalk first, when your paint dries, and then you can paint it in. So you pick out whatever kind of house you want. I'm going to put a house here somewhere, and let's see. I'm going to use my burnt sienna on my flat brush, get a chiseled edge, and then I'm going to draw it out. So I want a fairly big house so you can see it. It's just going to be a plain, simple house. big enough because I don't want it to, once I paint it in, and I don't want to have to go back over it again. It's nice. Something like this maybe. So straight line over and 2 diagonals going out on the sides, and then you attach those lines or you meet up. Okay, so now we're getting it drawn out. That's good. And then when I let that dry, then we're going to fill in our house. And we're going to put some trees on there and our lavender field. Yeah, it's going to be nice. So let's get a few bushes going on there. Let's try, you can make your own green, or you can make your own green. It's a nice green. You can add some other colors to it just to, so it won't be too green for now. And then we will add some bushes. So I just got a bristle brush. I'm just tapping on some bushes next to the house. It's all just something there to get it going. And we'll put some trees there too. Alright, there we go. Just a matter of going up and down and filling in the bottom. Gives you something to work with. Background trees here. Just whatever's left on your brush, you can put them back here so that like trees behind those bushes. Go. Just try whatever greens you want to try. Just experiment with them too, because that will give you an idea what kind of greens you want to use. What ones you like the best. Let's see what these greens are like. Oh yeah, they're not bad. Kind of add a bit more red. I don't want it to be too green yet. I want to be green, but I want to do highlights and things. Just kind of see how you, when you just touch, how you get all these shapes without even trying. Your brush will do it for you, see? Nice. Good. So I'm just going to put a big old tree here. I'm just going to make the leaves first. So pretend you're making an umbrella. Okay, there's your umbrella. And then you can... Good. So just make whatever green you want. I'm just going to use my ultramarine blue and some yellow. Go. See? You make an umbrella. There's another tree here. Big old tree. There we go. Nice little trees, aren't they? Maybe there's a big old tree. Add a little bit of red. A big old tree over here. Make my umbrella. And that's that one. Now it's a different way to make trees, isn't it? Okay, so I didn't press record and so I did all the trees without you guys seeing it. So here's what I did, rather than start over because I may not get it done again. So they were dark as you've seen them, right? And all I did was I tapped into my yellow and some red and some burnt sienna, and just sort of making highlights. So whatever colors you want, mostly yellow, okay? So you want to brighten them up, and then just tap different areas to get those highlights, see? And you just do it in bunches so that you don't cover up the whole tree. You want to keep some of your under tree, right? You know, where your greens, your dark greens and things. So just put in these little highlights using reds, yellows, burnt sienna. Alright, just keep doing that. And you do it over here, okay? That's all I did. That's how I got these, as you can see, right? Just tapping on some of these yellows, reds, and you can tap into the colors, or you can do it separately. But I kind of like tapping into the colors like this, and your palette's a little dirty, so that's a good thing. And then over here, same way, you just tap on those colors. Alright, and I'll come back now when they're dry. Same over there. I used a little bit more burnt sienna over here because that tree was kind of a really dark color. So I want to highlight these even more now soon. But I'm going to leave them as they are. Just tap, 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 okay? And we will tap on some background trees that we can have in the background there, right? You can have whatever's left over in your brush, just tap off in the background as if there's some more trees in the background here, but they're a little more distant or don't have as many leaves on them, right? So you can do that there like that. See, it's so much fun just trying things out. I want you to do paintings, even if you're following along me or somebody else. Just kind of experiment with what you see, what you're going to get, what you know. If you try to get exactly what you see in the video or in a book, it's going to be hard at first. You probably will be able to do it eventually, but still, if you're having some fun, just experimenting, see what's going to happen. Because all you're doing is putting your paint on your canvas, right? You're just putting tap, 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 tap. Just putting paint on the canvas is all you're doing, right? So let's do that house. What can we do with that? Let's see. Let's give it a brown, nice dark color roof. Alright, nice brownish. So we'll go to burnt sienna and burnt umber, or just any brown that you have there with a little bit of black added, or even blue to darken it up. Alright, and then we'll make this nice little roof here, just using a flat chiseled edge brush, synthetic. So just use your bristle brushes when you're tapping, trying to get texture. When you're trying to do soft areas like skies and this roof, unless you're trying to get texture, just use this, your synthetic brush. It's much easier to work with. See? It's a nice color because it's just a nice color to have on your roof. Gives it a wood look, you know what I mean? Same if you're making a table, a cherry wood table, or you know, anything with a cherry wood look to it. It's a really nice color for that. Now if you're having a hard time getting a straight line, let's try this. Just get a ruler or some tape. You can put tape there and just put it up for a straight line. I find this helps. Right? I don't want my arm to get in your way either. So, it's my problem, see? But you guys, you can just put a bit of tape across there and you'll get it. I'm worried about you guys seeing my arm. Oh, see? Alright, so probably I'll just, I want to try it though. It's okay. Not bad. So you're going to need something up here, like tape or a ruler or something like that, okay? But see, that's the beauty of this chiseled edge. It gets you some nice straight lines. See? Already it looks kind of like a wooden roof. Same with down there, see? Right, put that here. It's okay if I get a bit of paint down there. So make a nice straight line. The tape will be better. See? All right. Good. So the house is the beige color, and then we put, for texture, we will add our burnt umber. Burnt sienna, give it some texture. Alright. Just try to get some texture in there. Almost like a stucco house or something, you know, it's not like wood or a little bit of shadow underneath there. So we can always add more after. I'm going to add some windows. So I'm going to add a really dark color, burnt umber, a little bit of ultramarine blue to make it almost black. And you can use black if you prefer. And we will add our windows. Here. Touch and pull over, touch and pull over. Okay, so I just have a bit too much water on my brush, so I'll wipe that off. And I will touch, pull over, touch and pull over. You're almost better off waiting for that other paint to dry, so you have more control. Try to make them even if you can. Good. It's pretty easy to fix it. That's cute. That's cute. Let's do a door. Same thing, black. Take your brush. Now this one we went straight line, and we touched, and we pull down and pull over, you know, depending on how big you want your window. And And I'll have to fix that one up over there. And then we'll have a door. So make a line. And then you can pull down. To dry so that I can start working on the door and the windows. All right. Now we'll work on Hello. We'll work on the house. Just going to play around with that roof for a minute. Just gonna lighten up that burnt umber, burnt sienna, just to get a little bit of texture going on here on the roof. Well, it's too light. Okay, I don't want that. I don't want that. I want some burnt sienna with a little bit of white so you can see it, okay? I'm just gonna scrub that. Now that's dry. Okay, that roof is dry, so I'm just gonna lay some just a little bit of texture in there, that's all. Just to give it a feeling of, I don't know, just more interest. You should put a little chimney on there, would be nice, wouldn't it? Do you think a chimney would be nice? I think a chimney would be nice. Let's just put a, let's see. Maybe one right here. Flat brush. There we go. Out through the roof. You got a chimney, it's gonna be coming out through the roof. Could have been behind the roof too. Okay. And we're gonna lighten that up with some burnt sienna and some yellow. There'll be a highlight. It lights on this side, so we'll highlight this side. A little bit of white and yellow this time, just to brighten up even more. You can see it more when you do that. Maybe even more yellow and white. So just mix up your yellow and white. My brush is dirty, that's okay. So I want that little bit of brown there. Fine. Good. Now, so what can we do with these windows? Let's see. Got them there and there. And I'm going to widen them out a little bit. Square. I just use my burnt umber, my chiseled edge brush. Just trying to get that more straight. And I'm going to try to get some of that color back of the house. Some white, yellow, and burnt sienna. Get that cream color that I liked. Go back to that cream color, and I want to see if I can straighten it out a bit more. All right, now good. So, we'll clean your brush. And we'll line out the sides of that. Okay? So just get some white, and your brush is dirty, so you probably get some like a cream color. And what we'll do is, so now we want to, I want to add a little outline to the edge of these, just to highlight that window there. See how it makes it pop? Just use the chiseled edge of your brush. I'm going to add some red and yellow to make it kind of an orangey color with a little bit of burnt sienna. So I want to brighten the door up. So we'll probably add a little bit of highlight to the windows. Just on this side here, because that's where the light is, and it's just kind of moving over a little bit, but it doesn't go all the way, so you can get some darks. There we go, maybe a little bit on the door, just some streaks. just some streaks of yellows and reds. Alright, so what I'm going to do now is add a little bit of flowers. Just get a small chisel. So just get a small bristle brush. Nice little small one here. It says size 6, but it's pretty small. Look, there's the door. This is 16 by 20 canvas. I'm gonna get green again, whatever color green you want. I'm gonna start off a little bit dark, right? So I'm just making it with the ultramarine blue and yellow, but you can use these greens here, whatever greens you have. And I'm going to add a little bit of bushes around the house. Probably coming in through here. And down through here. And I like it when they're on the house like that. It's nice. Some vines and stuff, you know, growing inside the house. I want to put some maybe this brush is a little bit too big, but just tap in some green under the window here as if they have some flower pots near their window. It's nice. There we go. Now I'm going to take off the tape so we can see what that's going to look like. Because we have to work at the bottom now too, right? Okay, so that took some of the door and some of the house. Alright, that's fine. Not to worry. So take your small brush and add some flowers to your windows. So get any colors you want. Some red. Tap on a bit of red. Some red over here. And some yellow. Red looks nice, a little bit of yellow should be nice too. Get some more yellow. So a little bit of yellow. These little taps. There we go. It's pretty. Good. And now, get your small flat brush again. And get your burnt umber. And go underneath here to make it look like, you know, there's a little windowsill, you know, that's holding the planter that's holding the flowers. Okay. There it is. Good. Pretty. I want to highlight those trees that are around the house with some yellow, a bit of green, a nice light green, we got, we can also highlight some of these here while we got something out there. But I got too much water on my brush again. Too much water on my brush again. Some yellow and green. Just tap, tap, tap. Your brush will do the work for you. If you got the proper brush, you won't have to worry about trying to make the proper brush strokes. The brush will do it for you. See? See? Again, put some here. See, the more layering you do, the more, but you gotta have layers. You can't have just, you know, it's gotta be layers of paint. See how you get the darks underneath the greens and, you know, things like that.